Hi everybody, Amber Watley here, one half of the Cupping Dynamix team, licensed massage therapist of 18 years, an instructor of 12, and I just wanted to say hello and introduce you to Cupping Dynamix. If you haven't been to any of our classes or checked out any of our online courses or live webinars, we invite you to join us. So you can check us out at cuppingdynamix.org or our online webinar style classes at cuppingdynamixteachable.com. So basically today I just wanted to take a few moments and talk about kind of the different types of cups and how you get the specific pressure in cups. So cupping has become all the rage in the West, but it is not a new form of holistic healing therapy or manual therapies. So the cool thing about cupping therapy is that it's a negative pressure. So instead of being a manual compressive force, it actually is a negative pressure. So it's lifting the tissue, it's creating space. It's helping to decrease bind and adhesion in tissue, myofascial tissue, muscle tissue. It's also helping to free up stagnation. So when you reduce bind in the body, you're reducing compression, you're allowing for more fluid dynamics, free moving fluids, you're freeing up blood stagnation as well as chi stagnation. Also great from a lymphatic approach and really getting lymph to move well through the body, free up bind and stagnation happening within that system as well. So it's a really, really wonderful tool, has a great sedative effect on the body and our nervous system, but it can also be re-energizing. It helps with restricted range of motion due to decreased flexibility from bind or adhesion in tissue. So if the tissue and the muscle belly itself isn't able to get its normal function of muscle, then it's not going to be able to perform as it should. So it's going to really help to free up bind, which in turn is going to help free up range of motion, bring more fluid mobility in and around joints, overall better body performance, which increases our energy because our body doesn't have to work so hard. So with cupping therapy, we have many different forms and types of cups. That's in another segment, or check out our online courses for more detailed information in that. But I just really wanted you to get a good understanding of why negative pressure is such an amazing form of therapy and why it's become so popular so fast in the West. So if you notice, I have a bunch of different styles of cups in front of me as far as different types. And the only thing I'll say about that is I have glass and silicone. There's multiple styles here. And if you notice, they're all see-through. So that's the biggest, most important concept when you're doing cupping therapy, is to understand that you are going to get a specific response from the body. And that response is really important to be present with and to have a visible acknowledgement of what's happening in the cup. And also realizing and understanding what style of pressure or what type of pressure you want to use. So cupping is not about the stronger the better. There's light, medium, and strong cupping, and you need to have a good understanding of when to utilize what type. Do you want more of a light yin style cupping where it's really easy to move and glide? Do you want more of a medium general all-purpose? Still a little bit of movement is available. It's going to potentially get deeper layers of tissue. Also good for stagnation in an area that has a more density, kind of thick layer to it. Maybe you want to leave it in one spot and have more of a stationary cup. Versus a strong cupping, it's stationary only. It's not meant to be movement oriented. With cupping therapy and the response that's happening, getting the color isn't what we're after, right? It's all about your intent and your purpose behind what you're doing. So again, cupping therapy isn't rocket science. Anyone can do it, especially now if you don't have to utilize flame. And kind of the way that fire cupping used to be was using a flame to draw out the oxygen of the cup to create that negative pressure. But nowadays we have so many options to create suction or negative pressure, or it's also been called myofascial decompression because it's creating space instead of compressing into tissue. You're decompressing the tissue, you're lifting and creating space. You can do that via a pump. You can do that via a different style of pump, so you're pushing the air out instead of drawing the air out. A flame is going to draw out the oxygen. With silicone, same kind of thing. You're going to actually create that amount of suction via squeezing to push the air out to create that vacuum seal. So if you're curious about learning a little bit more about the different types of cups that are available, about the different styles and strengths and how to utilize those strengths, about indications and contraindications, we really invite you to join us. We have a cupping level 1 class, which is our introductory class, teaches you all about sanitation, precautions, indications, contraindications, everything I just mentioned. That is a prerequisite for any of our level 2. We now have level 2 advanced classes, low back and pelvis, scar tissue, shoulder girdle, upper extremities, a facial head and neck class, and then we now have a level 3 scar tissue class. So working to help create decreased immobilization in scar tissue, regeneration of scar tissue, anything kind of dealing along with bind of scar tissue and going through all the different types of scar tissue. And there's more level 3 classes and level 2 classes to come. So again, thank you for your time. We look forward to seeing you in some webinars, and hopefully our live classes will be returning in spring, summer of 2021. And we invite you in the meantime to go ahead and join us at cuppingdynamix.org or cuppingdynamixteachable.com. We hope to see you soon. Thanks so much for your time. Have a great day.